All right, so this is an updated setup slash entertainment setup vid here, I guess, behind the scenes. I don't know what I'm going to title this. Whatever it is, I've not done one of these since, well, I know I did some of it when I did that vlog for the Washburn game a couple of years ago, but not since the time it was the fourth episode back in 2022 that I kind of do something similar to that. And so since it has been 4 years, I think I'll just go ahead and refresh this. This should be out along with the Reese Roller episode. I'm recording this Tuesday evening as I'm preparing for that interview with Reese, which will be Wednesday evening. I'm very looking forward to it. You know, I'm a big Reese Roller guy. Had a breakout season 4, so it'll be of great importance to us this year. So I'll just go ahead and show you kind of what I'm working with here. So as you can see, there's a dry erase board. It has the roster from last year. Essentially, how I do this is come springtime, when that spring roster is released, I will erase this, write that roster, and that roster will stay on there until the official fall roster is released, usually like the week of the first game, and then I'll erase that and then put that there, and that stays up until the following spring. It just gives me a reference point without having to go back and forth looking at the roster. Now, obviously, as you can see here, a lot of guys no longer with the program via graduation or transfers. But every player that was listed from quarterback on down to long snapper, I have names, their years of eligibility according to the roster at hand, and I use this as a reference point whenever I'm recording the episodes, so I don't have to like I said, it's just easy for me to just look up and I see the roster right there. If you can read my chicken scratch, I salute you. I feel like I start off strong, but you're writing like 70 names, and the arm just gets tired at a certain point. Now you're wondering what is encasing it. I have acoustic foam. I think if you go back and listen to the earlier episodes back in like 2018, I didn't have any. I think you can kind of tell a difference. There's a lot more like feedback, dead space. I feel like it's a lot better quality since I got the acoustic foam. Now there's various quality degrees of it. I got the cheap ones off Amazon because we was on a collegiate budget at the time. I started with these three gray ones here, and then over time I just expanded. That's why you see various colors: green, black, gray, whatever they had in stock. That's what I got. I think it helps tremendously along with getting a pop filter for the mic, which I will get to here shortly. Now this thing here is my ring light. I got this on Amazon as well. A few years ago now, about $20. Not the Again, we were on a budget there, but I think it helps. Lighting in this room isn't the best, but I can tone it down like that. I can make it bright, and it also changes colors. So that's blue, I think, orange, and then that's the standard. So that I think helps. I tinker with the brightness. Like it should be on this setting, but kind of blinds you. So I don't know. That's why I was appear darker than I actually am. And then over here we have my second monitor here, which is the HP. I got this a couple years, I don't know, 3 years ago now. It's been a godsend. I highly recommend. I just having two screens is a true godsend. I got this on sale. It's like $40, I think. And then on top of it, there is my webcam. It's I would say a Logitech. It technically can do up to 1080p, but the machine yard plan I have only allows 720, so that's why the interviews are on 720. But I feel like it accomplishes the same thing. I mean, it is what it is, right? Also have a matching mouse. Shout out to the aunt for this. She gave this to me like many years ago. Again, a godsend, because I'm telling you, having a physical mouse compared to the little built-in on the laptop, it's fantastic. I'm wondering yourself, Smooth, what we got going on here? So to the right, we have ties. Now, don't ask me, Smooth, why are there red ties there? You know, when you do the editing process, sometimes you get a little bit hungry, and the snack of choice at times are crackers, and so obviously you need tie to tie the cracker wrappings, so they don't spill. So I keep some ties there. The little red thing came off the pin that I used to take notes. I just set it there and haven't moved it since. And then this little egg thing was it worked a couple years ago for an Easter thing. We got to paint Easter eggs, and of course, on brand, I had to paint the football. So that's what it is. You can tell my artistic skills is not that great. Moving on, we have my little extender port here. A little extender port here. You've got mic here. I think this is, what is this? Mic. I think this is the Ring camera. I think this is the Ring camera. Yeah, sounds like right. This is the Ring camera. This is the USB. This is what I keep the like episode files on. I have a hard drive that I like put everything on, but I also keep tally of like year by year files of episodes. So, like, for example, I want to go back to the 2023 off season. I have a set of flash drives that have all those files. It's just quicker. I can just easily find it, plug one in, and kind of get what I need. It's just a way to have extra security on it. Got this at Best Buy as well. It is a godsend because, again, you only come with two, I think, USB ports on the laptop. So obviously I needed this to do what I can. I don't remember how much this cost. I know I got this and the webcam at the same time. Literally the day before I interviewed Dante McGee back in 2022. Waiting until the last moment, literally. But no, I've had no complaints with it there. And then this open slot here is where the webcam will go. This is what this USB is. I had it unplugged because I had another flash drive in there, but when the time comes, I'll plug that back in. And I did change on this here. This is a brand new mouse pad. It's just a standard blue one, $5 off Best Buy. Now, you might have noticed new headphones as of late. So this was a Christmas gift from the Mother Dearest. Came in really clutch because I will show you the headset I'm working with that I still use. I still use it. This is my like recreational headset. It's seen better days. It's also Skull Candy Crushers, but as you can tell, it is well worn. I've had this for years, and I mean years. As you can tell, this is what I wear. I still wear these like around the house, whatnot. Try to get maximum usage out of these. But these here are the new I don't know, this is content headphones, I guess. I don't know. They just look better. But yeah, so that's what these are. But Skull Candy Crushers, I highly recommend if you're a bass guy like myself. S tier bass. You can adjust it here. It's got Bluetooth capabilities. You can start a song, you can skip a song off from the headset. USB charging, they're wireless, but you can also plug in a auxiliary cord there. It's just very, 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 very versatile. And then the laptop, not much has changed here. This is the standard HP. Got this for Christmas 2021. Sounds about right. Yeah, sounds about right. 2021 Christmas gift. I had to mortgage a lot to get it, but it's definitely worth it. The stickers here, a lot of these, this came off a shoebox. This came off some of the merch from the guys. This came off a t-shirt. I think I have an N64 t-shirt, maybe. This is from my PS2 adapter. I think it's called a Hyperkin. I think is what it is. Very good. I highly recommend it there. And this was a work thing many moons ago. But no, it gets the job done. It gets the job done. It can run where I need it to run. I only use it for content. I have another one that I use for leisure purposes. So this stays pretty fresh. It stays, only in use when it needs. But I really enjoy it. And then here's the pin. So when you see me write down, this is the pin. And then here's a note card I use to take notes on. Again, so you see me looking down during interviews, it's because I'm writing down timestamps. So I know, like in the case of Reese, I'm going to need to know when to insert his high school highlights and then when to insert some of his plays from previous years. So when I go to edit it, it doesn't take me all day to scroll through and try to find that I have the information readily available. And then finally over here, we have the microphone. This is the Blue Yeti. It came with a Yeti caster actually, but the Yeti caster is so uncomfortable, man. It's It's great if it works for your setup, but it doesn't really work for mine. So I got the little like official OG stand off of Etsy a while back. It's pretty good, but yeah, this is a Blue Yeti. I think it can run you about, I don't know, 70, 80 bucks. I had it for, golly, I mean, 2019, I think. Yeah, I think I got it for Christmas 2018, I'm pretty sure. If you notice, I mortgage a lot of Christmas gifts for this stuff. Yeah. But it's still kicking. I know whenever this gives out, I'll probably invest in. I think it's called a Shure mic. It's a little bit better, but this gets the job done. This is the pop filter, as I was mentioning before, also helps. Beforehand, back in 2018, I was using a Blue Yeti Snowball because it was 30 bucks on sale when I got it. So, yeah, we moved up in the world there. But I like this thing a lot. It's very good. Turn it around here. It's got the gain and the pattern. But yeah, that's the gist of the equipment here. I'll roll over quickly, show you what is on the stand here next to a TV stand now. Yes, okay, smooth. Why is there a bar of Zest soap? So we had our bathroom remodeled not too long ago. Well, it's been some months ago now. But anyways, I had to I opened up a fresh bar of soap and just took it back and forth, so leaving it within the bathroom. I just haven't moved it from this spot. So that's why there's a Zest bar soap. But hey, listen, if I ever need a bar soap for some reason, here it is. I've got dust rag, wet wipes, again, because of the snacks. This is the dry erase board towel. I've got cough drops, because you never know. I have awful allergies. The drainage, it is terrible. Keep the cough drops on deck. I've got bag up things here. I've got a power strip, an extra mouse. I think some USB charging ports there in both of these is what those are. Some little fidget toys, little footballs, little fidget toys sometimes when stuff's exporting. Notebook, notepad. Over here, got the lotion for the dry hands. And then we've got the old Yeti Snowball. Just the second Snowball I have. This is the bag of mic. So if the Blue Yeti gives out, I need something in the short term, I just go back to the blue. The blue Snowball won't be as great, but it's better than a built-in mic. And then I have little adapters for wall plugins, and then the extension for my iPad. So like there was times when I last did my interview with Coach Nick Bobek back in 2021, I used that because he preferred it in person, and I didn't have the setup I have now either. There was just a way for me to do that if I never go to a guest, but it's just a lot easier for everybody involved to just hop on StreamYard and do it that way. So yeah, that is the gist of the setup. So we'll go ahead and open up the laptop here, and we will get showing you how I prepare for these interviews. Okay, so here I am now capturing Reese's highlight tape from his days at Verdigris. Dang. Okay. Listen, there's a reason I've been impressed with Reese since the moment that he signed. It's always cool to kind of go back, rewatch the tapes of guys I haven't watched. And, in Reese's case, went on 4 years ago since I last watched his tape. So it's kind of cool to see if I was right on guys. Did they develop? Did they become better than what I thought they would become? But anyway, so here on this screen, this is his tape off of Huddle. I appreciate Huddle for the no copyrighted. Oh, Lee Reese. We got it pulled up here. Now on the second screen here, I'm capturing it. So this is OBS. This is pretty common video capturing software. It's free to use, which came in clutch. I learned this a lot from my time with the Thunder. They used OBS at least a lot back then. But yeah, just as you can see here, it's recording. And so that's what it's doing. It's doing there. I have the audio muted. It just makes it easier when it comes to editing because I got to get rid of the audio anyways when the time comes. But here you've got the different scenes. So here you'll see capture card. So it was back when I thought there was going to be maybe a gaming channel, and I can show you once this finishes capturing like a clip of that, and then the scene 2, which is what this is for the computer itself. But yeah, this is how I capture the stuff. It is OBS. It's free to use. There's a lot more you can do with it, but this is how I capture the highlights for signing day, for the weekly highlight video. When I do the Bronco rewinds, it's through OBS. So yeah, I mean, as long as your computer has the storage to handle it, you can capture it to your heart's content. So we'll let this tape finish rolling, or at least get about 3-4 minutes worth, and then I'll show you what I do after I capture it. Okay, so you finished capturing the highlights. Now, what you got to do here? You got a file. You need to do the remix recordings. I learned this a lot. So here you'll notice this is what we just captured. Now this is the NCAA 14 clip from, golly, almost 5 years ago. That is crazy. Okay, regardless, you'll notice it's a MKV file. What you want to do is click on that here, and then you want to remix it there. Okay, and you want to clear finish. You don't have to clear, but I was cleared. Then I'll go back to file. You want to go to show recordings this time. And it's been on this screen. So this is the original. This is the remix one, which is now an MP4 file, which is what you need. So that's just a tip I learned. I guess you can use this, but it's a lot easier and cleaner if you just remix it to MP4. So here we'll drag this over yonder. And as you can tell here's a file. So I'm create a folder for every episode I do. So I have it there. So everything that goes towards it will go in that file. And then here, we'll drag you over to the recycle bin. Leave you there for now. And I'll show you this. Go back to this screen here. There it is. Yeah, so this is when I first got my capture card. I didn't know what I wanted to do with this channel fully. So like if you go back, some of the earliest vids, it was the position breakdowns from the 2021 season, and then there is a short-lived series like it was the UCO Blazers, where I just took a bunch of my favorite players from the 4 years I had covered at that point, and edited them to the 2016 UAB roster. It didn't have a team that year, so the Operation Sports roster is just random players, so it was easy to just change them there. I think I did 3-4 episodes of that, maybe, I think. But this here was like supposed to be the intro video to what's gonna do with UCO Dynasty. Like I said, I didn't know what I was gonna do with this channel. Didn't know if I wanted to do gaming, do real life stuff, do a combination, but I kind of quickly dropped the gaming part of it and just focused on the real life UCO stuff. I think it's been a fantastic move, although I still go back and kind of watch the older gaming stuff. But yeah, this was just me testing out the capture card. You'll say, oh, this is what this is there. But yeah, no, I mean you can do a lot with OBS. So now that OBS is done, I don't need you anymore. I'll go out of you. We can minimize you. And then here, what we want to do here, minimize you, is go to Wondershare Filmora. Now, this is the editing software that I use. It's essentially the Windows version of iMovie. So it's very straightforward, very easy to use. Again, I'm not making cinematic masterpieces here, so I don't really need like Premiere and Final Cut. I just give me something that's simple, quick, I can get in, can get out. So here she is prompting me to update. We'll do that later. It's up here. Okay, so now what we do here, kind of break. So here you'll see this is what we just captured off OBS, which is Reese's Highlights. It pulls here. I just drag it down to the video 1 slot, And here's going to prompt me here to either match to media, which this is 1280 by 720, or project settings, which is 1920 by 1080. I set it default to this because when I capture the highlights, it's usually in 1080, but in some cases, like Reese's highlights, it was only in 720. So I always want to match to media. It's just the smoothest thing here. So here we go. Now we've got, this is the video, this is the little preview screen. So all I got to do for this is simply figure out, like right there, we'll cut you through that intro, hit delete, and then I want to scroll all the way over yonder to the end. Let me do this right now. Close it right now. Okay. All the way over till the end. And then what you want to do, I want to do here is like, so right there is the end of his highlights. Delete that. Scroll over yonder. And then over here where it says export, we will export it. And I will put high school space highlights. And then we will export that. And then you see here, it'll do its thing. It's exporting. It shows you a preview. Now, the shorter the video, obviously the shorter the export time is. However, for like the interviews and like the full games, signing day stuff, the exporting can take a decent amount of time because it's, hour long plus. It's kind of, I would say divide your video length in half is about how long it takes. So like if a video is an hour, it probably takes about 20, 30 minutes. If your video is 30 minutes, it might take 10 to 15. Kind of half it is what the export time is there. But like here, because it's only, I think it was about 4 minutes, I think was Reese's vid. So about 2 minutes time, it should export. And when it does, if your volume's on, you have headphones on, whatever, you'll hear a ding, which is what the sound reminder does here. I always put on sound reminder. I'm always here most of the time, so I can just see when it's done. So here we're almost at 70%. Oh yeah, no, this is what I pay this yearly. I forget how much it is. It's automatic renewal and stuff. Cancel it, which I'm not going to. But it's very easy. It's very easy to just pick up and figure out. And it's what I've been using since 2021. Don't plan on changing it anytime soon. Like I said, it's just super easy and super. I mean, it's great for me. Whatever I need, I can create like custom titles. There's transition. There's audio. All that good stuff. So here we go. It's converted. All right, there we go. So X out you. Don't need to save this because it's just a highlight clip. And I'm going to close you out again. And as we can see, there it is. There we go. Exit out. And there it is. So there it is. So we can get rid of you now. Yep. And we can go ahead and empty the recycle bin. And what I want to do here is go ahead and put this in his folder. All right, so now the next thing we need to do is get my notes together on Reese and set up the StreamYard Studio and show you what that's like, show you what that consists of. Okay, so I've got some initial notes on Reese, good enough for me to go ahead and start putting on StreamYard. So go to the second screen here, StreamYard. So I'm creating my studio. So this is what you do here when you get to it. So I want to title it Reese Roller Interview. Okay, so I got it titled there. And local recording, this has helped out tremendously, I feel like, with audio quality. Since StreamYard, again, it's been a godsend. I say this a lot this video. They've enabled local recordings. So it captures the audio and video straight off that person's device instead of it just being solely dependent on mine. Because you notice in other episodes, uh, sometimes Wi-Fi gets a bump. Internet won't be great sometimes, depending on weather conditions and whatnot. So it's nice to have it recorded locally. I think it's less stress on everything, and I think it makes for a better quality video. So this is what we do. So then we just create the recording, and now it takes me into the studio. All right, now this is what I think my guests also see. But essentially here you got the microphone, so it's picking up the sound from the Blue Yeti. There's no picture showing because I don't have the webcam plugged in yet. There's no need to at this point in time. But this rest is pretty self-explanatory here. You've got display name. Here you go to settings. It's got, so this right now is just defaulting to the OBS. But once I plug in the webcam, it'll show up there. The audio, right? Just picking up the Yeti mic, which is what you want. And you listen to that Trayvon Craig episode, the original one, back in 2022. Yeah, I hate that I didn't realize I had the camera mic on, and just pains me to this day. That was such a good interview too. There's got the default, the headset if you want speakers or whatnot. Always check these. Always. It just makes life a whole lot easier in the editing there. And then visual effects, background, I usually have mine blurred. You can do all kinds. I could do this. Use the old logo, use the new logo, whatever have you. I just stick to the blurs. All reliable. Regardless, all right, so now we will enter into the studio. And yeah, so as you can see here, there's nothing there. So here what we have is, still don't know what these scene things are. I don't really use it. But essentially here, I've got my layout. So, for example, if it's just me recording, I just stick to this one here. If there's two guests, I can either do this one or this one. I usually do that one, just so the background picture shows a lot of the time. I might start testing this more. I don't know. I guess I could in theory, but I've just always done this. Yeah, there's no rhyme or reason to it, but I might look at it more. Essentially here, this is where I can invite people. I can do it here, or I can go here, and what'll happen is it'll pull invite guest, and essentially I just will click Gmail here, and it'll pull up my Gmail account, and it'll send the email that has all the instructions for them that they need to use. I send that, and that's how they get the link there. And then over here, you've got banners. So this is what shows across the screen. So like right here, right? That's what shows across the screen. I need to change that out. I will do that here shortly. Media assets. So the logo appear in the top corner if I so choose. Usually I'll have that, but sometimes I don't. It kind of just depends. But I can put that there. I can put it in the top left. It doesn't really matter there. There's other stuff like overlays and whatnot. I'm mainly concerned about background. So here, I want to put the background I have for Reese. So what we'll do here is drag you here and click on you. And there we go. We got Reese's background picture. So I always like showing the background because sometimes when I ask about the gear, the picture still shows the gear. So it's kind of a point of reference. But again, I mean, it kind of is what it is. But now all I got to do essentially is once I change the banners, put Reese's numbers in there, put some notes that scroll across the bottom. we are set and ready to go on that front. So I'm gonna go ahead, type that in, and then I will pivot on over and show you the entertainment center where I feel like I have a quality gaming setup. All right, so we are at the gaming corner. First, I kind of want to show you the wall above it. So here we've got various press passes, UCO, Thunder, Vista. This was a work stocking from years ago. So this is my yearly Christmas decoration. So hey, can't say I'm not in the Christmas spirit. UCL poster from 2018. They had a bunch in the press box. I snagged one. It was a fantastic year. Went 6-1 down the stretch there. Just top 3 memorable season. And then we got some more Thunder. My Thunder employee badges up there. Big 3 Media Day sticker from, I think that's the second time I covered them, I think. I covered them once while at UCO, and then I covered them again with brother Adam Francisco over at the Suave Report. I think that's where that one is from. I remember that one because I got to interview Shannon Brown, my favorite in-game NBA dunker. That was pretty cool. And then here is a poster. As people know, I went to Mount St. Mary's. This was senior year. Some of my classmates. I was a manager / filmer for the football team. And that's just the poster that we got, and I've just hung it up there ever since. So hope those men are doing well, pictured there. And then over here we've got, this is the TV that I actually use. It's a Philips. It's pretty good, standard TV, whatnot. However, this here, and you'll be asking yourself, Smooth, why do you have a beat up late 90s, early 2000s kid map of the USA? This is for NCAA 14. This is for NCAA 06, NCAA 04, any NCAA football game. I take a very Sam-realistic approach to things. So whenever I'm recruiting and whatnot, it's good to have a point of reference there. So I know pipeline states within the region, states to realistically recruit in, things of that nature. So I always use it as a reference point. And that leads into the actual first part of the setup, which is this TV here. So I've got NCAA 14 fired up here. About to start a new dynasty. Actually, I will show you the dynasty team. I play on the 360. This is the OG 360 I've had since July of 2009, because I got it for a birthday gift of going into 8th grade, and I finished 8th grade back in 2010. Still kicking. I've got some profiles saved on a USB, but still kicking, still in good shape. You know, obviously there's some stuff here from when I was younger. I didn't value the thing as much, but nothing's changed. It's all original. Everything super duper cool there. I've got NCAA 10 and I've got 11. Now, I know Dev, when he came on, appreciate that again. Quality guy, knows his video game football. I know he said he plays 11. Now, it must be noted there is a, call it a bug, I guess, of 11, where the recruits are extremely low rated. So just keep that in mind. It's better than 10 gameplay wise, but there was a patch back in the day, but that patch is no longer of use. So like any 3-star and below will be no better than a 60 overall. Truly unfortunate there. So I do play 10. It's not bad. It's not as smooth as 11. It's just like their third year on the 360 PS3 era. But it's not bad. I prefer 09's gameplay more. But I prefer 10's recruiting better. That was the whole phone call system. It was a lot more tedious, but kind of more realistic. I don't know. I think the PS2 era to me was a happy medium between the two. But regardless, this is a 360 here. As I said, I'm gonna start a new dynasty. Now the team I'm gonna rock with here, and this is an aftermarket 360 controller. Got it off Amazon. Had it for a couple years. Now I haven't had any problems with it. Like occasionally this will kind of drift. It feels like kind of drifts some when you're running, but otherwise, I mean, it is what it is. So I'm thinking I'm gonna rock with, Where are they? Yeah, the Alaska Anchorage Seawolves. Now this is a team builder team. Um, I like the uniforms. Like to me, it's got like a, I don't know, it's kind of like a like late '90s, early mid 2000s look that I kind of like. I'm not in love with the alternates though. Like I wish there was an all white helmet, but I do like it. I do. So I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of this option. It's not bad. It's not great. And unfortunately, there is no white pants. So, I mean, it is what it is. Like I can make it work. But I think this. I like it. Number one, the uniforms. I like that it's based in the state of Alaska, and I like too that I'm never really in like the mountain region of Mountain West area. Like I'm usually in like New Mexico. Like I've done a lot of the Mexico State dynasties before. Very fun team to use there. But like I'm not really in the Alaska, Canada, Montana, Wyoming, Idaho areas. Said areas a lot. So I think it'll be a refreshing change. I did my research on it, and yeah. So this is one of many profiles. I have golly like 13 profiles with different teams, different rosters on it. So this set here, I've got a lot. So like I think this one is 2014 roster, so like the default but it's named roster. This is 2008. I think that's 1995. This is I think like 2022, I think. No, this is 2020, and then this here is 2016. So I usually rock with either 2016, 2020, or 2013, just because 2013 I can replace Old Dominion as an independent and get the schedule where they play a bunch of FCS schools. And then 2016 because I can just replace UAB. And when you do the custom conferences, it makes Conference USA have even divisions as long as you don't join there. And then 2020 I can just replace Idaho since they dropped down. But yeah, so this one to hop on here. Pretty soon I can show you some playbooks while we're here. While we're here. Yeah, so this is the defense I'm for sure going to run. I called it 3Cs. I couldn't think of anything else. I just thought Alaska, water. I don't know. It's basically a 3-2-6 playbook. So shout out there to Coach Swanson. Ever since I saw was Dominating Emporia using it, I've been intrigued by it. But I got a 3-3-5 set. Kind of got a mixture, but like here, this will be the base is a 3-2-6. On the 3-3-5, my plan is to formation sub a safety in for an outside linebacker. Same with the 4-3 as well. Kind of sub in a linebacker. I mean, a strong safety, a safety for a linebacker, where I essentially have 3 safeties on the field at all times. The versatility that's fantastic. Like if I can find a D Will and like if I can find like a D Will type guy to play that spot would be lovely. I've just been super intrigued by that 3-2-6 scheme there. So that's what I'm gonna run for sure. Offensively, however, I do not know because see, I had created a playbook. Right here. This is an old dynasty. Some of these I never used. Like this one I haven't used. This is what I created. It was gonna be like a spread option attack, but I don't know if I'm gonna run with it or not. So the way I create mine, I use a PS2 style where it's like 10, 13 formations here. Shit I was thinking about running, but I'm not entirely sure. But a lot of option there. Um, you know, a lot of spread it out to run. I might run a pro style instead, though. I haven't ran that before, and I think that just fits better with Alaska, to be honest. Like, I don't know. I feel like in those elements, you kind of want a more ground-based attack. And sure, you could run the option, but I don't know. It's kind of OP. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. But this is a lot of what I do in my spare time, though. I get really deep in my dynasties and stuff, creating playbooks and such. But that is the 360. Now, I have a recent pickup here, which is this bad boy, the Fat PS2. I got this. There is a game exchange in Norman on Main Street. Did not know there was game exchanges left. I'm glad I stumbled upon it. Driving one day, I was like, "Is that a game exchange?" And I googled it, and it was. So I stopped one day, and I was in the area, and lo and behold, they had a Fat PS2, and I have a PS2 Slim. I would cry tears if that ever quit working, because I bought that with like 2 months allowance money, like in 6th grade with NCAA 08. Simpler times, those were simpler times. But yeah, I also wanted a Fat PS2. I just like the aesthetic of it. I like the little PS2 logo and that color scheme. So I was all on this. It cost me about $120, but it was worth it. It came with controller here, and I give those guys credit because the cashier, real dude, he hooked me up with a bundle. So he gave me like 2 games for free with the thing. So I feel like I came out ahead there. But the PS2 and the 360 are my sim consoles of choice. Like, I get in depth with it. Here is my GameCube. This is the original GameCube. Shout out, I have a friend that gave it to me, like a decade ago. He didn't play it anymore, but I play it quite often, actually. This is an aftermarket controller I got off, I think it's a GameStop, I think I want to say it was. It works. Sometimes it can be kind of stiff, like on triggers, but it gets the job done. This is my more pick up and play console, so I play a lot of NBA Street Volume 3. I beat it several times over. It's my favorite NBA Street game. I know most go with Street 2. I'm a Street 3 guy. What else I play? NFL Street. I like NFL Street 2. That's the best in my opinion. I have old WWE games. Shout out there to Ian Nickel. I know he's a big WWE fan. I have the First Day of Reckoning, Second Day of Reckoning, I think WrestleMania 18. But I mainly play NBA Street, and then I play NBA Live 03. That is a goated soundtrack. NBA Live 03 through 06. S-tier soundtracks. I have 03, 04, and 05 for the GameCube. And what's I have Madden. I have Madden 03 for the GameCube. I know I have Madden 02 as well. But Madden 03, that was my first Madden. A lot of sentimental memories there. Also had a fire soundtrack too. Older sports games. Oh, so much better. I mainly play Street 3 and I play NCAA 04. It's great for sim dynasties. So like, it's if I have the itch to play NCAA but don't have the time or energy to like manually play the game. So that's kind of what I do during the actual football season, is I'll have a sim dynasty going on, NCAA 04, where I just recruit and sim, that kind of stuff. It's kind of scratches the itch. Not a whole lot. The PS2 is like my in-between, because I have, as you can see here, these are the latest pickups. So when I went to Venstock, I found, not Venstock, Game Exchange, I got 04 with Mike Vick, even though that is fantastic. Mike Vick, the most overpowered Madden player ever. I got 2K7 with Shaq on it. Head Coach, the original one with Bill Cowher. S-tier game. I like it better than the Tony Dungy version of it. The only downfall, you can't skip in the draft though, so it'll be there for a while. NCAA 09 with Deshaun Jackson, and then I have 2 copies of 06 because this is the gold standard of NCAA gaming. I mean, this is without question. It's so historic. The soundtrack is great. Just everything about this game is great. The gameplay is the best it's ever been. It's fantastic. Once I finish the 14 Dynasty, I'm going to go to 06. Make a move over there permanently. But yeah, these are the 3 systems that I currently use. And also while I was at Game Exchange, I was browsing the store because, you know, you can't walk into a Game Exchange and just not look around. Over here I got various chargers and ports, memory cards, all that good stuff. Another TV too as well. This is a backup TV I have. But I came across batteries. Came across this DVD player for $10, and I was like, you know what? I have to have it. I have it hooked up to the Philips on the wall. Gotta say, it was a pretty good splurge by there. And I have some DVDs here. The 3 not called the First 48 I found at Dollar Tree like years ago that I found while cleaning a while back, and I plan to watch these at some point. But I'm a true crime guy who loves the First 48 dearly. No, they do have Tulsa on there now. So, and then over here in the corner, these are systems that I'm not currently using. So you'll see I have a backwards compatible PS3, and then I have a PS5 that is currently not plugged in. If I do plug it in, it'll be on the TV to my right. But these are kind of off to the side there. I was playing the PS3 until I found this PS2. I was using it more so as a PS2 than a PS3. But that is the gaming setup. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get started on this Dynasty here with the Anchorage, Alaska Seawolves. And I will... I guess we'll call it here. Yeah, I guess we'll call it here. There's not much else to it. I kind of show you how I already edited stuff. So... not much else to it. So if you made it this far, you are the real MVP. Also, I've been thinking of, and again, shout out to Ian Nickel for this here. This is some inspiration. He did some, it was like watch-alongs during the NFL season where he hopped on a stream and he watched various NFL games with like other people watching the game, but he's not streaming the game. He's like streaming himself watching the game. And I thought maybe that could be cool for a road game this year. Like we test it out, because I usually don't go to those. I watch them on the live stream. So I was thinking like, what if I don't know who we have on the road this year. I'm assuming we go to Missouri Southern. I'm assuming let's just use them as a example. Maybe a live stream on the channel during that game, and you know, we watch it together on our own devices, if that makes sense. But we chat about it. We give live feedback. We give, you know, our thoughts, whatever may have you. Thinking that could be cool. Maybe, I don't know. Let me know. That's something that you'd be interested in. I mean, it wouldn't take a whole lot of work on anybody's end, but let me know. But yeah, this has been the setup. This has been my S-tier gaming setup, which I do think is pretty fire. So I hope you enjoy the Reese episode, and until next time, my name is Jonathan Goodo, aka JG Smooth. I'll talk to you all later.